Hey, and welcome today to the Restaurant Coach live stream show. I am honored to have on the show today, joining me live from Boston, the one, the only, Bruce Irving from Smart Pizza Marketing. Bruce, hello.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be on the show today.
It's awesome to have you here. I always like it, in my glasses, my eyes are so bad. I'm like, what's this hat say? You know?
It's Carmine's Pizza. My friend Carmine's Pizza sent me a shirt and a hat, and I
See,
like the hat. I don't usually wear hats, but I'm like, I dig this hat. So
that is a
I'm
nice
wearing
hat,
it on the show.
actually. Yeah,
Yeah, it's comfy.
it's a
Makes me
good hat.
feel like I'm not working, even though I'm at work.
I tell you, are you sure? Well, talking about working from home, you and I have always kind of worked from home a little bit,
Yes.
but this is a lot more. I mean, you used to go out and do a lot more stuff too, and like I used to do a lot more stuff out. Have you have you adjusted to this new kind of standard about
No,
no?
I've not adjusted yet. I'm still trying to. You know what? I've always been kind of a homebody, and I work, like you said, I work from home or from wherever I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I did used to, do a lot of speaking at conferences, go visit a lot of pizzerias, and I haven't done whole lot of that in the last, I'd say, since what, beginning of March. I think my last trip, I came back from San Diego the
Oh wow.
first week of March, and then Corona hit, and I haven't left my state since then. And I'm used to being somewhere once a month, but it's been a little bit of adjusting. I am starting to now come up with a plan. I went to a restaurant for the first time. I've been getting takeout from restaurants, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went and actually sat in a restaurant and ate for the first time
Ooh.
last week, which
How was
wasn't as
it?
awkward as it was actually nice. They had their shit together. Like they were really on top of it. They did a great job of making you feel safe while still making you feel comfortable and not like showing you all of the things that could go wrong. Like, there's probably restaurants who are trying to make you feel like you're safe, and then that takes away from the hospitality part of it.
Mm-hmm.
They did a good job of having both. Like I felt like I was out at a restaurant and kind of normal, but they also made me feel safe in the fact that I wasn't too close to people.
Did they wear the face mask or they wear the shields?
They wore face masks, no shields.
I saw some people. I saw some restaurants. People were wearing shields.
I think that I don't know if it's just me, but I think it depends on like the person, right? Like a lot of
Yeah.
these were younger wait staff and they were all wearing kind of face masks. I think maybe the shields are for those overly sensitive people who are concerned. I don't know. I feel like the masks I'm kind of getting used to. I could totally see a world where everybody wears
Mm-hmm.
masks in the future
Yeah.
around large gatherings. Like I could totally see a world where we go to conferences and everybody's wearing masks.
I haven't
The
in China.
shield is a different level.
Well, yeah, because the shield is kind of like still freaks me out.
It
I don't know
does.
why.
I'm not used to that yet. Like
I'm
if you
not
go
used
to
to
a
the shield.
conference,
I was at the gym the other day, and like now in New Mexico, you can go to the gyms, but you have to wear a face mask, right? And you have to
yes,
have it on all the time. So I'm
same
I'm
here.
finally used to working out with a face mask on. In fact, I got these really nice ones from Under Armour. They have actually a little pocket. They're nice to work out in.
Yeah.
But I was like at the gym, I turned around, I saw this guy on the treadmill, and he had at first glance, when I work out, I don't have my glasses on. At first glance, I didn't think he had a mask on, but he had a shield on. And I had to give
Yeah.
him a second look because I was just like,
I'm not ready for that yet.
I'm not,
I think the shield
I'm not
reminds me of like
there.
that movie Outbreak.
Yeah, really.
I feel like I'm like going through. I'm like, all right. If I see the shield, I feel like I gotta go home. If I see the mask, I'm like, all right, this is the world we live in now.
Yeah, but I've been going out to restaurants, and and I go to restaurants again. I go to restaurants I know I trust that
Yeah.
are doing right, good safety precautions and taking care of stuff. So
Yeah. I'm gonna start going back out. Like that's my goal now is to start getting back out there and going to visit my friends and pizzerias. And I've always been supporting them doing takeout, but now I'm gonna go back into like talk
yeah.
to them in their restaurants and stuff.
Ron Bryant made a comment. I like the shield. He says because I can see the smile. That's the one advantage I would say about the shield is that I can't see your face. I can see your facial expressions.
You could totally fake a smile with a mask on though. You just squint your eyes. It looks like you're staring at
Or you get a mask with a fake smile in there, like a Joker
me. Yeah.
mask or something like that. Just like, fake teeth.
Yeah,
I don't know.
totally.
I think the shields, I'm not used to the shields yet, but I see the shields making their way more into food service because of that, because you can see people's face.
Yeah, I don't know. I still get freaked out with the shield. I think I could see it acceptable for like the cook staff and like a bartender, but like when your waitress comes over to your table and hands you the food you're gonna put in your mouth and has a shield on, it makes me feel like I shouldn't be there.
Really?
Yeah. Like you have a shield on, like it's that bad you have a shield on your face. Might as well just put the whole body armor suit on and be like, all right, here you go. Come over with a pole and hand me my food.
Ron said there's a chin shield that only only covers your chin and your mouth.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think I saw that, and the nose. I think I actually saw that at the New York restaurant show when I was there back in early March. It was like the last show I ever traveled to. They had there were some people coming out with the thing was people were starting to show off masks, and there was one that was kind of cool. It was interesting.
I bet you they'll come out with like better looking shields. Like if shield is going to be a thing, they'll come out with one that look better than like the shield that comes down. Looks like I'm going to weld something.
I think the one Bo's talking about is it's kind of a cool one. It kind of attaches and it leaves like a little space in front of you like this, but it's clear.
Yeah, that would be different.
It like sits in front of your face like this, and it's clear. It's kind of cool looking, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's supposed to not put any because a lot of them put pressure on your head or they hang down. This one actually hooks over your ears and comes down by your jawline.
Yeah, I mean that's the world we live in now. I got to get used to that.
Yeah, that or designer masks, man. I don't know how many times now I see people. Remember, it used to be like on the corners, like people selling flowers or all kinds of like stuff. Now on the corners is like people selling masks.
Yeah, that and like you walk down the street now and there's like all of those disposable masks all over the place all the time.
Oh, I know. They're like I saw like 4 in the parking lot this morning.
Yeah,
coming back from the gym, I'm like, hey, come on, man, just make it in the trash.
Yeah,
because the last thing I'm gonna do is bend down and pick up somebody's dirty mask. I'm not doing that. I'm like, okay.
You need those like
draw the line there. I have to say, I draw the line there. Draw the line. Pick up dirty mask.
100%.
Either that, or I'm gonna start carrying like gloves, like nitrile gloves in my car, a bag of them, and just like have gloves available to be able to grab stuff on the floor. It's gonna be good. So, hey, you're part, and so actually, Bo is too. Bo Bryant is part of our Grow Your Restaurant Challenge. It's starting off this Sunday. I'm so excited. It's gonna be 5 days. 8 speakers, 10 live sessions. And here's the beauty of the whole thing. It's all free. Amazing, huh? Well, it's a world we live in that people need help. And I was very lucky to have people like you and Bo and some other great speakers volunteered to jump on and give some value. And you're on day 2. Day 2, we're kind of focusing on a topic each day. So just to kind of give everyone a kind of a rough kind of overview real quick. So day 1 on Sunday, we're going to talk about operations. I'm doing 2 sessions. I'm doing one on your hiring sucks. You know me, I'm just brutal. And then I'm also doing one on the ultimate restaurant sales formula. And then day 2, Monday, marketing. Rev is going to be doing one about third-party delivery conversion strategies. And you've had Rev on your show a couple times.
Multiple times, yeah.
Yep. And then you're going to be doing this afternoon session on how to build your local market. And then day 3, on Tuesday, we're talking about menus. I got Doug Radke. He's going to be doing how to build a better bar menu. And then I'm going to be doing one menu design that makes more money.
Can I step in there for a second?
Yeah.
You just recently in our mastermind group did a menu design session and the feedback was amazing. So if you're watching this right now, if you're going to sign up for this 5-day event, the menu design session that you're doing is worth the price of admission, whatever it is, alone. So if you just sign up for that one alone, that was amazing. If everything else is as good as that one, they're in for a treat.
Cool. Oh yeah, it's gonna be very similar. I got some new stuff actually that I'm adding on, especially with the COVID stuff. So it's gonna be a good one. And there's lots of me. I like to deliver lots of value, lots of downloads, lots of bonuses, lots of stuff you can use that actually will kind of get you set up for success. And then day 4, we're going to be talking about sales and profits. I got Matt Plapp. Have you ever had Matt on your show yet?
I have not.
Matt's a really good guy. He's based out of Cincinnati. He's really good at, with email marketing. So he's going to show people how to kind of drive people, put butts in seats, kind of using email and stuff like that. And then, of course, my business partner in Restaurant KPI Mastery, Darren Mansari, he's going to take people through a session called Control Your Numbers or They Will Control You. This is a guy who actually, when Darren and I started working, he has a restaurant. He went from losing money to now averaging 17, 18% profits every month.
Wow.
Using the same stuff he's going to be showing you on Wednesday in the sales and profit session. And then day 5, which is Thursday, we've got a good friend of ours, Ava Ballerin. from Barcelona, Spain. She's like a branding guru. She's going to be showing people how to build a brand that dominates in the morning. And then in the afternoon session, we've got the one and only Bo Bryant is going to be talking about new restaurant models. He's going to touch on ghost kitchens and other things that you need to know. Bo is just one of those guys, like whenever Bo talks, I just sit back and take notes because I always learn something new. It's like,
and these are all live, right?
These are all live too.
Wow.
Yeah. And it'll be streamed into our private Facebook group. There is a VIP option available for people if they want to, get the, recordings and stuff like that. But it's going to be pretty awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
So to talk about a little bit about, growing your local market. What are some of the things, don't give away the show, but
yeah.
What are some things you're going to talk about on your session?
I'm going to give some examples. I love recently giving examples about other restaurants or local businesses who are doing really good marketing to grow their brand and to grow sales. So I'm going to share a lot of examples from restaurants who I think are doing a great job. And there's a lot of them that are doing a great job, and there's a lot of them who aren't doing a great job.
Right.
And, I think a mistake people make most when it comes to marketing is there's a few things. Number one, they're boring. That's number one.
Oh.
Number one, there's a lot of boring marketing going on out there. And there's been a lot of talk lately about attention span and how social media has diminished attention span. And I really disagree with that. I don't think humans' attention span has decreased or increased over the years. I just think that social media has made us hyper aware of what we want and what we don't want to make a connection with.
Yeah.
And it's just sped up that process. So a lot of people in their marketing are just boring. They're just plain old boring. They're not really bringing their personality out. They're not showing what they really do. They're just trying not to offend anybody. And by doing that, you're not really attracting the right people who could be your potential customers.
Exactly. Yeah. Boring. It doesn't matter. And you and I think we share this kind of same philosophy. We know a lot of restaurants that post.
Yes.
Very few market.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Posting something to check it off the list is okay. It's better than doing nothing.
Better doing nothing, but still.
But not much better than doing nothing.
No, it's just noise. I would say you can either stand out or you can just make noise. And when you're just posting that same boring goddamn picture of your food every day, you're not really enticing me to really get excited about your brand.
Yeah, there's a couple things you can do, right? Like if you are not, because there's a lot of restaurant owners who just, they've been a restaurant owner for a long time, even though social media has been out for a while and online marketing has been out for a while, they're just not comfortable with it. And their excuse is, I don't know how to do it or I'm not comfortable with it. Well, there's a couple things you can do. You can hire somebody, right? Like most restaurant owners don't sit there and wait on the table, make the drink, and make the food.
Exactly.
They seek out professionals who are experts in that particular field. They have a system and a training plan, and then they let them execute on the plan. You can do the same thing with marketing. Find someone who's really good or creative or has a good personality. Tell them what you want them to do and train them and follow up with them to do your marketing for you. Or you can use UGC, right? User-generated content. That's really popular when it comes to influencers, or there's ways that you can get people to send or post about your business, and then you can share that business. Those are just a couple ways that you can generate content to use in your marketing that doesn't require you to be the person coming up with all the ideas.
Right. And then once you do get some content together, you don't have to be on social media every day. You can use there's social media management tools like Buffer, MeetEgger, Hootsuite that actually can schedule your stuff. People think, I put out a lot of content. And people think I'm like, wow, I just can't. I don't have like 2 hours a day to spend on social media like you do. And I say, I spend maybe an hour on Sunday.
Yeah.
Just basically reloading up some new content, and then I just schedule it. And then the machine I use, and I use one called MeetEgger. It just goes, and the machine runs all day, all night. Because like you, I've got people all around the world listen to my podcast. Tune in I read my stuff. So I've got stuff going 24/7 all over the world. So
yeah, it depends on what your goal is, right?
Yeah,
like your goal is brand awareness all over the world. So you need to be on social media, and by on I mean on social media. Even if you're not physically phone in hand posting yourself, you have people across the world where right now it's 3:00 in the morning.
Right,
so
exactly.
They're not watching this right now, but they'll watch it 12 hours from now when it's 3
Mhm.
o'clock in the afternoon their time. So you need to be on all the time. A local business who has one spot in one area doesn't need to post at 3 o'clock in the morning. They need to post at, in the morning, the afternoon,
Mhm.
and night, in those times when their people and their customer base is on social media. So yeah,
Right.
use a tool like Meet Edgar or Buffer or Hootsuite or Agora
Mhm.
Pulse. There's so many out there that you can sit down for an hour or two a day, come up with your content, and then schedule it up. But then just like monitor it, right? Like you don't
Mhm.
want to be in a spot where all your stuff is scheduled out, and then there's a protest that happens, and during that protest, you post something about your special on Tuesday night for
Yeah.
$9.99 when
Gotta
there's
be
a
sensitive.
protest, yeah, going on outside. So just be aware of what you have scheduled and be able to pause that schedule if it's not appropriate.
That's one thing I have to watch too. Is like, yeah, it's like when stuff's going on crazy, I have to like make sure I go in and like put a pause on things for a while because
Yeah. I know you have so much content because you're a content machine. So
and
you have all your content in there, and it just
Mhm.
recirculates, right? Because
Yeah.
even if you post something to Twitter today, by tomorrow that's gone, and by next week that's been a year. So you need to repost that again at some point because your content is evergreen. What you talk about
Mhm.
is happening all the time. So I know that you need to repurpose that content. You just have to be aware and make sure that it's the right
Mhm.
content at the right time.
Yeah, and you talk about like frequency and stuff like too. Like, would you make a comment like if you posted back in March of 2020, that's like posting in 1984. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. I mean, look at how much stuff changes. Like, think about
fast.
where we were in February. I mean, maybe February we were kind of aware of the
We're
coronavirus, but
aware of it, but I was in Madrid. I was
yeah,
at a conference.
same.
I traveled to New York at the beginning of March, and it just started like there was like maybe 4 cases in Manhattan when I was in New York. 4 cases. That was it.
And every year we have something, right? It was the swine flu, the bird
Yeah,
flu,
there's something
whatever flu it's coming
all
on.
the time.
There was always something, but it never really got to the point where we are today, where it like took over the country and made us have to
Mhm.
hunker down in our house. This was the first time anybody who's under the age of 80, it's the first time in their life where they have had to deal with something like this, where you know what, you couldn't go out for 3 or 4 weeks and the government shut down everything. So we've never been through this before. So think about where you were in February, and
I
in a
know, huh?
real life circumstance, 6 weeks, 9 weeks ago, when you posted, no one remembers what you posted.
No one knows.
You're not gonna ever
I don't
think
remember
about
what I
that.
ate. I don't remember what I ate 6 weeks ago. You know?
Yeah. Not only do you not know what you ate 6 weeks ago, you don't care what the
I don't
restaurant
care.
down the street posted 3 weeks ago
I don't care.
or
No.
yesterday.
Yeah. There's so many emotions in marketing. I think people just play the hunger card too often.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to. So here's the thing that we do. So we have a calendar, right? And we
Mhm.
have, and I know you talk about emotions in marketing a lot.
Yep. I
We
do.
have 4 different categories, and we look at them as these are the high categories. Now, they all have subcategories of particular topics that you can post
Mhm.
about that has to do with that headline, but it's like food, people, community, funny. Those are the 4 categories that we look at. And each one of those categories has as many subcategories as you can think about. So funny
Mhm.
could be a funny video, it could be a funny meme, it could be a funny something that happened funny in your restaurant, it could be a joke, it could be a question.
Mhm.
Food could be every single menu item on your menu. And then what we do is we have a content calendar that goes through the month, and it says 1, 2, 3, 4. And each one of those is a category, and you just think of 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then you lay it out on the calendar, and then that's how you start the process.
That's so easy. But
Yeah.
I hope everyone was taking notes. And if you watch his replay, because Bruce just dropped about 5 gold nuggets right there.
So in the session I'll show you the content calendar, and
Oh,
I'll
you're
show
gonna
you
show him?
how
Oh,
we
cool.
organize it. Yeah, I'll show you the content calendar that we
You're
have.
gonna walk him through it.
Yeah, I'll walk them through it. I'll share my
Ooh.
screen, and I'll share you like the subcategories, and then also like we'll give you a couple tools that we use to post.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, right there. Again, you talked about my menu workshop. I'm telling everyone right now, if your marketing sucks, okay, show up for Bruce's session at the Grow Your Restaurant Challenge. He's going to give you a calendar that's going to help you
Yes.
get on track.
We'll share it with you. And I like, so what I do for marketing is more brand, I don't want to say it's not necessarily like conversion, because obviously when people go to social media and they follow you,
Yeah.
they're going to convert. But I work on marketing for the long term. Like I want people
Mhm.
to think of your business when they think of your category of food. So when they think of pizza, they think of you because you're the person who's constantly showing up every single day, producing content that is funny, educational, entertaining, or informative at the right time, right? You're not like just posting about your special every night so people get like, all right, enough's enough.
It's so boring. I hate that.
I want people to interact.
Specials. Like, come on, man. Because to me, you're just then because I tell you right now, you put your special up. There's 5 other places in the same market that are doing specials too. So now you're just a commodity.
Yeah, the best marketers as restaurant owners that I see are building people who engage and follow them, even if they're not going to order tonight, which is not the goal. But the goal is to get them to order. But the goal is to always be watching you. Exactly.
It's like McDonald's. Everyone knows who McDonald's is,
right?
But do you ever see them stop marketing?
Never.
It's not about brand awareness. It's about keeping your brand top of mind. And that's like with consistency.
Domino's Pizza sucks, but they're master marketers.
They have you like every which way.
Yep.
They have apps. I mean, they have everything, but they are master marketers. Yeah. And their pizza is, talked about the epitome of mediocrity.
Their pizza is the equivalent to a McDonald's hamburger when it comes to hamburgers.
Exactly.
Like if you want a great hamburger, you're not going to go to McDonald's.
I'm not going to McDonald's. Right.
You know that Domino's and McDonald's have one thing in common. They're always going to be near you because they're everywhere. They're going to have a good ordering process, and their food is going to be consistent. I didn't say it's going to be great. It's going to be consistent across the board.
It's always consistent, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about consistency a lot. And consistency not only just in your food, but also consistency in your marketing.
100%.
How many people start off great, right? All gangbusters. They're all excited. And then 2 weeks later, crickets.
Yeah. They'll post 17 things in one day and then nothing for 2 weeks.
And then you won't hear from them for 2 weeks.
They wasted all of their ammo on the great content because they got so excited. They put it all out in one day.
It's like they're like so excited.
Yeah.
And then they just drop it all.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. I used to be guilty of that too. I'd post like 5 things on Instagram right in a row. And then I just realized it didn't you gotta have some patience, drop it, and then see what the reaction is.
Yes.
Before you drop something else.
There's a difference between brand awareness and conversion. Conversion doesn't matter, right? Because when you run an ad on Facebook or Instagram that's made to get people to do something, whether that's give you their email or place an order, you're pushing that in their feed. That's conversion, right? Brand awareness is getting people to engage, and you have to give the algorithms, and every social media platform has algorithms. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Google, and Gmail has an algorithm. That's why there's 3 tabs, and depending on how you email, puts you in one of those tabs. TikTok, which has one of the best algorithms. They all have algorithms. You have to give it a chance to see how your content produces. So if you post something organically on social media, you have to give it time to get into people's feeds to see what they're going to do with that content, if they're going to like it, if they're going to share it, if they're going to respond to it. And the more people do that, the more likely your future content is going to be pushed into their feed. If you post 5 or 6 things in a row, it doesn't give it a chance to do that, and it thinks it's bad content.
Exactly. Yeah. I want to cover a post you put up today on smart pizza marketing on Facebook. And you're in this, I think it kind of ties into what, the whole grow your restaurant challenge is about. And your post was always be improving your products, your service, your communication, your health. Never get complacent.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of places that got complacent in January, and where are they now?
Yeah. I mean, that's the number one thing. I think COVID was an awakening for a lot of people because, and we talk about this a lot, that, volume, hides a lot of sins. And when things are jamming, you miss sometimes, you're not on top of your food costs as much, you're not on your social engagement like you should be.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
And then what happened when the shoe dropped?
There was a lot of people who thought social media social media is just the modern form of marketing, right? It's just how we market. If you were in the 90s, you did direct mail, you did postcards, you were in newspaper, you were in the yellow book. That's not because you wanted to, but because that's where you put your marketing dollars. Television, radio, newspaper ads, postcards, mailers. That's what you did. The 2020 version of that is Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, email marketing. Those are all the places you spend your marketing dollars now if you want to spend them wisely. You can't ignore that. And you can't just say it's a fad because it's not. That's where people are hanging out. I was doing a podcast earlier today, and if you have anybody under the age, I think it was under the age of 18, they don't know what it's like to go anywhere without a cell phone. Think about it.
Oh, wow.
My daughter's 18. She's had a cell phone pretty much since her entire teenage life.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what it's like to go anywhere without her cell phone. You and I do. We remember those days.
I remember those days.
She doesn't. There's never been a time in her life where someone didn't have a cell phone where she went somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't know what it's like to not have communication right at her fingertips like we do. So that's where she goes. That's her comfort zone. And that's where business owners need to be.
Exactly. That's the truth. So true. So, hey, you got some new exciting stuff rolling out. I want to kind of share the screen here real quick. So if people have not been to Bruce's website, he's got a brand new and improved Smart Pizza Marketing page. And you can always connect with Bruce there at www.smartpizzamarketing. So, hey, man, this is a beautiful new look for your thing. And you got some new projects coming out. You want to kind of give people a little teaser about what you got coming out?
Yeah, so we're going to have a new magazine coming out, Smart Pizza Marketing Magazine. It's a digital-only magazine, and it's just going to be a little bit longer form content than what we put on the website. We have guys like yourself. We have so many other contributors. I think Rev's writing an article, and I really want to make it a place where people can go to learn about marketing. You know, there's a lot of tactics out there that people teach, which are great, but tactics are very in the moment, right? They're very short term.
They're short
tactic
term.
that worked 6 months ago doesn't work right now. But branding and marketing and talking about your business always works no matter where you are. The distribution method just changes. So I really want to ask the experts, and that's what we do in our podcasts, both podcasts, have them come on, share their insights. And the one mistake that I made when I first started Smart Pizza Marketing is I'm not a big reader. I don't read a lot. I listen to podcasts and I watch a lot of videos. So I assumed that everybody did that.
Yep.
And a mistake that I made was there's a lot of people out there who love to read and they don't listen to podcasts and they don't watch videos. So that's who the magazine is going to be for.
Yeah. See, and I made the other mistake. So I made the mistake of, I thought, because I'm a reader and a writer, I thought everyone read everything, right? So I focused on my blogs. And then I realized that, you know, people like to be able to watch a video, and people like to listen to the podcast. So then I started amping up my podcast, channel, and also amping up my video channel too, my YouTube channel.
Yep. So one of the examples I'm going to share on the session on Monday is from Habib from Young Nails.
Oh, really?
And I'm going to share how he does content because he is phenomenal at taking content and doing exactly what we're doing and using all the different forms and platforms. I'm going to share. You got to tune in. I'm going to share his story. I'm going to share what he does to market his business, and you're going to see where he started from to where he is today, and it's going to blow you away.
Oh, very cool. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, but if you get a chance, head over to www.smartpizzamarketing. Check out Bruce's new and improved. I mean, I love the layout. It's a beautiful format, really easy to see. Yeah. And you're killing it on Instagram, 16,000 followers.
Thank you.
Damn.
I mean, pizza's very photogenic. It's very easy for us to kind of get some followers on Instagram. People love hearing about pizza and sharing the stories behind how they get it. Food is a very photogenic item. So if you are in the restaurant business, it shouldn't be that challenging for you to grow on Instagram because your food, if done well, and by well, I don't mean super professional. I mean done with good lighting in your iPhone, you can grow a pretty good following on Instagram.
That's true. Very true. Yeah. So again, if you haven't signed up yet, sign up for the Grow Your Restaurant Challenge. I'll show the page again.
Yeah.
It's me talking, of course. 5 days, live workshops, 8 speakers, 10 interactive sessions. Some of the topics we're going to talk about: marketing, hiring, operations, menu design, strategy, social media, ghost kitchens, third-party conversions, and profitability. You can go to the website, www.growyourrestaurantchallenge, and you can sign up for free. It's got the agenda broken down for everyone too. And also too, if you'd like to have a little background on the speakers, I put a little bios in here for everybody also. So
Great speakers.
yeah, I'm really lucky to have great friends that are also amazing people that like to contribute and like to give back to the restaurant industry. So I'm very fortunate.
I'm humbled to be asked to do it. I try to just share whatever. Listen, I try to live my life with curiosity, and that's how even in the podcast, I ask a lot of questions, and that's how I've learned a lot myself. Yeah.
So please, again, it's all free. We just want you to grow your business, and I picked out topics that I felt that could really help a lot of restaurants based on a lot of emails I get. So I wanted to help people out. So again, it's totally free. Sign up. It's going to be great. Bruce is going to be there on what day are you on? You're on Monday, day 2, marketing. Bruce is going to be there. He's in the afternoon session, 2 p.m. my time, which is basically 4 p.m. what we call Bruce time. We have a little joke. Bruce and I, Bruce, there's a story behind that. Bruce and I used to be in a mastermind group together, and every time it'd be like the time conversion. It's like, what's that in Bruce time? So he's on the East Coast.
I always get confused by the time zones because I'm always like, I just assume everybody's on.
I got confused today. I was like trying to make a schedule a call. I was like, what time? East Coast. I'm like, I just gonna mess me all up. So
what time is it where you are right now? Is it 1:30?
Yeah, 1:30 now. Yeah.
All right.
I'm in Mountain Time.
Okay.
Yeah, it confuses me all the time. It gets really crazy when I have to do calls overseas.
Oh wow, I imagine.
Especially like I have clients in Australia, and like
they're
like yesterday. I mean, it's like they're a day ahead. I mean, it's like crazy.
They're in the future.
They're a day ahead. It's like crazy. And then if I have clients in Dubai, I mean, that's another like 7-8 hour difference. And then Spain, I have clients in Spain. That's a 7-hour difference. I mean,
wow,
it gets crazy when you have to get up at 5 a.m. to make a phone call with somebody.
That is crazy. I think I'd pass on that one.
You're like, you know what? If you're not close to my time zone, I don't really want to talk.
I don't mind getting up early. 5 a.m. is a little bit too early.
5 a.m. I'm up at 6 usually.
I like to get up at 5 a.m. I don't want to talk to anybody at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Are you a coffee person? Morning coffee person?
I am. I get up, have some coffee, do a little bit of work, but like it's my quiet time.
Yeah. So I get up, me, I'm a big believer in routine. So first thing I do is I get up, I do a visualization exercise. I do my affirmations. I do some breathing exercises. And then I usually get up, take my vitamins, and then I usually head to the gym, work out. If I don't work out in the morning, I always tell people, I work out for your health, not for mine, because it's for your benefit, not for mine.
I'm the same way.
I'm a nicer person to be around.
I'm the same way. I don't work out. See, I try to push my workout to about 11:30 because I find like if I work out early in the morning, by 11:30, 12 o'clock, I get a little lethargic. So I try to go, I get like that afternoon slump. So I try to work out at 11. That way I never have that. So by the time I started getting a little tired, I go to my workout, I work out for an hour, and I'm ready to go for the rest of the day.
Well, I've been doing this intermittent fasting lately.
Me too.
Yeah. Have you really? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I like to work out on an empty stomach because it makes the time go faster. And then I kind of time it where my fasting is usually done just about when I'm getting ready to roll in the office. So then I can do a protein shake with coffee in it. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. Perfect. And that's usually my first meal. Like protein shake with coffee. That's like the best thing in the world. But anybody want to hook up with Bruce, please, you connect with Bruce over at www.smartpizzamarketing.com. Let me say that again, tongue twister. And again, join up. Please sign up for our live sessions, the Grow Your Restaurant Challenge over at www.growyourrestaurantchallenge.com. Bruce will be there on Monday. He is going to drop a bunch of knowledge bombs on you. So, and what we've been telling people too is this. It's 10 sessions. We know sometimes, you might be busy and it might be hard to get 10 sessions in. Here's what you can do. It's free. Sign up. Have your managers sign up too. Assign them. Have them look at the agenda. Have them pick a format or pick a session they want to attend. Have them attend that and then have them write a report. And they report back to you and your group. That's a great way to learn, share knowledge, and that way everyone also feels like they participate. Since it's free, sign up as many people as you can in your restaurant. Have them all participate, give them a session, give them one of the sessions to attend, and then give them a book report on it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, I got tons. All my clients have like 4 or 5 of their restaurant managers signed up for this thing, and they've all like, "I'm going to this one. Which ones are you going to?" And everyone
That's
kind of
great.
picks which one, and then they have to report back as a group, and then share the knowledge they've learned.
Yeah, you could probably break it down in a 30, 40-minute session if you really take notes and like come up. You can
Oh
probably
yeah,
break it down for everybody else in 3 to 5 minutes.
easy. Yeah, hit the highlights. But that's a great way to learn, a great way to share information with your team, and a great way to grow. Remember, this whole thing is called Grow Your Restaurant Challenge. If you don't grow, your restaurant won't grow.
That's true.
So awesome.
Love it.
So, thanks, Bruce. I appreciate you stopping by today. I know you're a busy man. So every time I talk to you, I always learn something new, and I always appreciate your insight and your friendship and all your knowledge. So
I love it. Happy to be here anytime.
Thank you so much. Again, don't forget www.growyourrestaurantchallenge. And we'll see you starting Sunday the 20th, goes to the 24th, and we'll see you live in our private Facebook group.